Test 1 2 3. Hey guys, in this video I will be quickly showing you guys the months of July and August in my bullet journal, as well as my September setup. I also decided that every 3 months I'll do a video like this to update you guys on what I'm doing with my bullet journal and all of that good. Also, I broke this nail the other day because I got too drunk, so just ignore this sad little finger and how some of my fingernails look like cocaine nails and the other ones are just like sad little stubs. But let's just get started. So let's just start with July, obviously, which is where I left off in my last bullet journal video. Again, I went for a city/skyscraper kind of theme because I went to New York City that month. I also went to DC, Niagara Falls, and Toronto, but I just wanted to do a city theme. Last time I said I didn't know how to fill in this space, but I eventually decided to just print out a city skyline doodle kind of thing and put it on here, and I really like how it ended up looking. Even though I'm not a fan of the whole calendar monthly spread, these are my favorite beginning pages, I guess you could say, looks wise. Here I finally completed my packing list, which definitely came in handy because it was a different hotel/house almost every night during my family's road trip, so if I were to leave anything it would just be gone because there would be no way for me to get it back. So I'm very glad I had this whole thing to refer to. Here is my expense tracker, again copied from Amanda Rachel Lee. Since most of my bullet journal is copied/inspired from someone else, I will provide links to videos or pictures of where I got that inspiration from down in the description box below. Here is the habit/mood tracker, also copied from Amanda Rachel Lee. These are blank because that is when I was on vacation and I wasn't able to do everything or keep track of everything that I usually do. And this is my first time doing a sleep tracker. Again, these are the days that I was on vacation. I don't really have an opinion on it so far, honestly. Like, I don't really know if this is a useful thing for me, but I guess it's nice to see, even though writing all these tiny numbers is the most tedious and stressful thing that I've ever done. Here are my July weekly spreads, which I really love how they turned out. I was worried about filling in all this blank space, but I think I prefer it to be this way. On this page, I put a Polaroid of the Washington Monument, and then on the side of that, I put what we ended up doing that day because there was just like a lot of empty space. So I did the same thing on this weekly spread as well. Here I pasted a random Polaroid that I took of New York City and my ticket for the Statue of Liberty, which I also turned into like a little pocket for the Metro card for the subway in New York City. So I thought that was really cute. This week I kept it very simple. I did have something here, but I didn't like how it turned out, so I tore it out and covered what I couldn't, just in case you're wondering why it looks a little off here. And the last thing for July is my monthly recap, which is very long, but I did like how it turned out. On the left side, if you flip up these Polaroids, you can see you know, the Polaroid. These are actually like my rejects, so I put like the ugliest ones on the bottom. And then I also have these two from Niagara Falls. But yeah, I really like how I did this because it saved a lot of space for me to write more, and that's good because I had a lot to talk about this month. Now we are on to August. For the title page, I didn't do anything special. I just wrote August on a sheet of college ruled paper, ripped it out and pasted it on here. I did this because school started this month and I just thought it would be appropriate. Plus, I wanted to just keep this month very simple, as you are about to see. So I went back to the whole list for the monthly overview because although it's blank, it is more practical for me. On this side, I have my usual video ideas and growth tracker. Here are just two blue sticky notes that I glued in because it matched the theme and I didn't know what to do with the space. For this month, I added a wish list, mostly because I didn't know how else to fill the space. But what I did was doodle things that I wanted to get this month and shade it in once I got them. As you know, I got a new camera, so that's what this doodle is. I plan on getting a MacBook this month. I also have a new 3DS on there, but I eventually got over it. But if I do ever get it, then I'll go back and fill it in. The usual habit and mood tracker. The habit tracker turned out to be a mess. I don't know if you can see it, but like there are a lot of spaces where I had to white out, or I did white out but then I realized I did do something that day, so I had to just cut. It's a mess. And notice I didn't exercise a single day in this month. Also, you can always tell when I'm on my period. Like, I don't, why. Anyways, this is the expense tracker, the same old. This was my first month doing a brain dump page. As you can see here, I don't know how to use a brain dump page, but I guess it's just a space to put down, you know, whatever you're thinking, right? So that's exactly what I did. Kind of useless for me, but I honestly needed something to, you know, even out the pages. Here is the sleep tracker, where you can see that I spent most of my month sleeping. For my weekly spreads, I didn't feel like doing anything special, so I just kept it simple. I just wrote down the day of the week, the date, highlighted the day, and then just listed whatever I needed to do to the right of that. And my monthly overview is super simple as well. Lastly, we have the month of September. I also wanted to keep this cover page simple, sort of minimalistic. For this month's theme, I was trying to go for like a whole geometric kind of theme. If you couldn't tell from the title, which I know you couldn't tell from the title, it's super ugly and didn't really turn out how I wanted it to, but let's just move on. Again, I did the list for the monthly overview, followed by video ideas and the YouTube growth tracker. Here I drew like a geometric mountain on a pink sticky note because I just needed to fill in the space. I don't know how many times I've said that in this video, but I might take it out, replace it with something better, but knowing me, I'll most likely forget about it. As usual, the habit, mood, and expense tracker. I'm honestly getting bored of the habit and mood tracker, so I might change it up in the next couple of months, but we'll see. For the expense tracker as well as the sleep tracker, I did like a whole border and drew in these lines that are similar to the title page, just to give it more of a geometric-y kind of feel. At first I didn't like it, but once I shaded in some of the shapes to, you know, be a little darker, it turned out a little better, I guess. Here's this month's dump page, brain dump page. This was not my intention, but this actually turned out to look like a geometric brain, right? And the very last thing is the weekly spread for this month, which I actually really like how it turned out. After seeing how I needed more space, adding in all my school dates in the last spread, I decided to implement as much space as I could. So at the top here, I just have the day and then the date. I am trying to learn Korean, so I decided that I would learn one Korean word a day. So this is what this whole section is. I get sent a Korean word a day to my email every single day, and they have just been building up and taking up so much space in my inbox. So I made this section to kind of clear up some space and of course, you know, learn some Korean words. But this section you can really do for anything, like if you are learning any language or even if you want to expand your vocabulary. So anyways, that's why I have KWTD, which stands for, you know, Korean word of the day. I just realized filming this that this is wrong. There's supposed to be an O in there, but let's pretend that it's right. Moving on, this section is for school, like all my due dates and stuff. It's very empty because all of my due dates got pushed back actually because of Hurricane Harvey, except this one class where she thought, you know, the hurricane wasn't a big deal or anything and didn't change the dates all that much. But anyways, to go with the school section, I have this key up in the top right corner where I assigned a color to each class, and with that color I would shade in the square so that I know which class the assignment is for, so that I don't have to write the class name every single time, you feel me? I thought it was just a smart way to save space. Underneath the school section is where I have my personal events, tasks, whatever. I do recommend having everything separate like this if you're a student, because it's more spaced out, so whatever I have to do for the day doesn't seem as overwhelming, but we'll see. It is only the first week of the month. And that is how I set up the month of September in my bullet journal. I hope you found a little bit of inspiration for your bullet journal in these 3 months that I have, or at least found it to be slightly entertaining. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more in the future, please click the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!